It was either a piece where a rich housewife gone haywire or one that sarcastically makes fun of Southern bigotry. And unfortunately, I really can't do a Southern accent. Just a quick email by David Sedaris. Hey, Robin, just a quick email thank you for the wedding gift, or wedding gift certificate, I guess I should say. 2 free pizzas, really, how thoughtful. And exactly how generous. Any toppings we want. Now maybe you hadn't heard that I registered at Tunbridge and Last June, I think it was, just before they announced the engagement. Not that the pizzas didn't come in handy. They did, though in a slightly indirect way. Now, unlike you, who is so wonderfully unconcerned about what other people may think, I'm a bit vain, especially when it comes to my figure. That being the case, I use the pizzas to feed our work meeting and are currently building a small addition. Now, I know that you thought our house was big enough already. Tara Beach Dress Barn was how I heard you so cleverly describe at the wedding. I mean, really, you said. How much room do 2 people need? Or did you say 2 thin people? What with the whole band playing, the entire world just shouting congratulations, it was a little hard to hear. Just like this ever-expanding house, all the workers just hammering away. Now what they've done is they turned the wall between their kitchen and their breakfast nook. They're looking at us to put in that new walk-in silverware drawer and the 16-barrel stove I've been eyeing. Plus we're going to enclose that useless deck, insulate it, and then create a separate space where we go Asian! Now, this will limit that range that you're so fond of. But it's not like we see you all that often, and I don't think it'll kill you to crawl past it on the steps. As a matter of fact, as long as they're clean, I think it'd be good for you. Seeing as we're on this subject, Robin, is it right for you to insist on all this special treatment? I mean, really, is it even healthy? Do I need to remind you of all my injuries? The dislocated shoulder, the practically broken wrist that still tingles as something strenuous like whisk in damp weather. On top of that, it took me days to push your blood out of my hair! The admitting nurse between us redhead. That's how bad it was. You literally left your front tooth embedded in my skull! Not that it's a severed spinal cord, of course, but like Dr. Ganafi always says, the ball is in your court now. Now you're going to live the rest of your life as a bitter, lonely, paraplegic. Live in the present as one. I dusted myself off and got back on the peripheral horse, so why don't you? In other news, did you get the postcards from our honeymoon? Iraq was beautiful, just as I'd imagined it would be. But there were so many Americans there. I said to Philip, in terms of crowds, that's what I'm at Paris. Then again, we did go to Paris, but it was for work rather than vacation. Philip had some client in town, some American who was there from some big Shibboleth auction. He wants to defend him on a drunk driving charge. And successfully at this despite some breathalyzer results and some pretty nasty behavior, which was all caught on video. Now they're suing the people that he hit, except one survived, who looks like they got a fairly good chance of winning. But, honey, this is not to worry you in any way, though. Now, while my hardworking husband wandered the quarries, I, alone, dug into boutiques, thinking of you every now and then. And for more than once, I really did start thinking of you. For Paris, I remembered, is where you and Philip honeymooned. That was in the good old days, when the dollar and euro were practically even. Now, cost of king's ransom for a cup of coffee, so a pair of designer shoes, well, you could just imagine. Now, for someone like you, it could easily make sense. For someone like me, someone who's known to practically gallop when there's a sale taking place, I was good for 1, maybe 2 seasons on those shoes. But seriously, what could I do? Iraq had been entirely picked over when we had arrived, and I wanted a little something to remind me of my trip. After returning stateside, Philip went right to work. His #1 job, make me happy. First, to start the addition, and then successful effort to erase that DWI from my driving record. Now, it wasn't easy, but legal matters rarely are. All I can say is that it helps to have friends, it helps even more to have friends who are governors. Now, none of this will get you out of your wheelchair, but it will restore my self-faith in what I think of as my own good name. This means that you have to stop calling me the drunken biatch to go your husband and then steal your legs. Drunken, it seems, is a relative term, so if I were you, I'd watch how I use it. The part about stealing your legs, well, that's an exaggeration. I do please still have your legs, big purple veins and all. The part about Philip, he came to me with his own precision, no violation involved, one adult to another. Now that means you're only left with a single word, biatch, which could mean any number of things. I, myself, would use it to describe someone who's an appropriate idea of a wedding gift is a certificate for 2 pizzas. Offering it to your ex-husband, I can understand. But to your own sister? That's just tacky. Gotta run, Rhonda.